I'm going to talk about a few grammar-related issues when it comes to student papers, some areas that seem to be problems again and again and again, in the hopes of helping you improve some of your grammar writing skills. So under punctuation, there are a couple areas I see as being problematic more often than not, and that's with commas and with semicolons. So let's start with the comma section. And let me just highlight this first sentence. It says, it was an unusual finding, comma, and difficult to absorb the consequences. According to APA format, this is incorrect because I've got a conjunction and I've got a comma before it. Now, when you place a comma before a conjunction, you have to separate two independent clauses, or basically complete sentences. Independent clauses are complete sentences. It was an unusual finding. That's an independent clause. But difficult to absorb the consequences, that's a sentence fragment. So placing the comma before the conjunction here is incorrect because the conjunction does not separate two independent clauses. I can fix it. And basically what I do here is I just create for the second part of the sentence an independent clause. It was an unusual thing, comma, and it was difficult to absorb the consequences. It was an unusual finding. I think I said thing, didn't I? Okay, it was an unusual finding, comma, and it was difficult to absorb the consequences. Now, and separates two independent clauses. So placing the comma before it is very appropriate. Okay. Another way to correct it would be like in the third sentence. It was an unusual finding and difficult to absorb the consequences. I had the conjunction, but I didn't place a comma before it, so I don't need to have two independent clauses on either side of the conjunction. I'm good. So the important thing to remember here is if you have a conjunction and if you place a comma before the conjunction, you need to separate independent clauses, complete sentences. Okay? Now, seriation. Seriation occurs when you're listing three or more items in a series. Seriation. Okay? The group members listened, comma, compromised, and succeeded. According to APA format, this is incorrect because basically, if you're listing three or more items, maybe 5, 6, 7, whatever it is, the last item needs to be preceded by a conjunction, but that has to be preceded then. Oops, can't grab it. Missed it that time. Okay, here we go. It has to be preceded by a comma. Okay? So this second sentence is correct because I have a comma before the conjunction. The first sentence is incorrect. Now, this first sentence may be correct with other formats, but not with APA format. You have to have the comma before the conjunction.